welcome back to the Cover 3 podcast. It's been a few weeks. We've had to take a couple weeks off. The election, I moved up from Arizona back to Washington, and we just couldn't coordinate a good time to record another podcast. But here we are for our fifth episode, I think, fourth or fifth episode. We just finished week 10 of the NFL. My Seahawks took another L, so we're 6-3. Chargers, of course, they're irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, I've given up on the year. We're tanking for Penny Sewell.
Vikings think they're gonna make a late season comeback to make a playoff push, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
Okay.
But yeah, we just finished week 10 of the NFL. I got another fantasy dub. We all won in fantasy this week, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think we all did. So
it's routine at this point.
I say you're gonna lose this week though.
Josh and I play each other in fantasy this week. You could have Mike Davis. He's gotten 8 points 4 weeks in a row.
Let me get him then.
He's a bona fide scrub. He's one of the biggest frauds in fantasy football history. I'll trade him to you for a bag of chips. I don't even care.
Bro, is that salt? I trade for Brandon Ayuk. You want to accept it?
I actually will.
Bet.
Okay, so for this, we're going to do another podcast tomorrow with our regular scheduled programming. But today we're going to do we're going to create the perfect fantasy team based off what we know through the first 10 weeks of the season. So based off all the injuries, Michael Thomas punching a teammate, being out for a game, and everything else, based off what we know through the first 10 weeks, we're gonna conduct the best possible fantasy team. So of course, a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, kicker, and a defense. So obviously we're gonna start off with the quarterback first. Who do you guys have as your quarterback for fantasy?
Patrick Mahomes.
This is all unanimous, so we all have to agree on each position.
Patrick Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes. Yeah, I would say Patrick Mahomes. Actually, no, I'd say Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
I would have Kyler Murray for fantasy purposes over Patrick Mahomes. What say you?
I agree.
I'm taking Mahomes.
Kyler Murray's worst week is 21 points.
I know. But the only thing is about that is he causes he has a lot of turnovers. So I know that doesn't really affect that much on the fantasy perspective, but that does give him a slight advantage towards Mahomes because Mahomes only has one interception.
Here's what gives Kyler Murray the edge. He can run for more touchdowns than Pat Mahomes has, which gives him more fantasy points.
And way more yards as well.
Yeah. So I'm taking Kyler.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Kyler.
Yeah.
I would prefer Mahomes, but I mean, Kyler definitely is not a wrong option, so I'm fine with that.
And I think Kyler is the number one quarterback.
Yeah, he is. He has roughly 26, 27 points more than Mahomes does.
Okay, so for quarterback, I'm going to type this down really quick. So QB, we have Kyler Murray. Little rat.
I'm saying.
About to go off next week or go off on Thursday.
Justin Herbert next season.
All right, running back 1. It's a toss-up between – so I think there's going to be 2 running backs, obviously.
Yeah. So it's going to be them. It's going to be them too.
Yeah.
So who would you rather have as your number 1, though? Alvin Kamara or Dalvin Cook?
Dalvin.
As a Viking fan, you're obviously going to say Dalvin.
No, but I'm not being biased because if you look at the stats, Alvin Kamara has never had more than 1,000 rushing yards in a single season. And yes, he does catch the ball, but if you're a starting running back in this league behind a top 5 offensive line, you're kind of expected to get rushing yards. And when you don't do that, I mean, it's kind of hard to make the case that he's better than Dalvin, because in Dalvin's perspective, he's first in rushing yards, first in touchdowns, first in yards after contact, first in forced missed tackles. He's first in literally every single statistical category. And listen, and he missed a game and a half, and he's second behind Kamara by literally 16 points.
But
so if he didn't miss, he's easily number 1.
He's behind by 30 points. But Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Obviously, I think Dalvin's the better running back, but I think Alvin's better in terms of fantasy. Because obviously, I'm looking at stats. Cook has 70 more carries for 500 yards. Obviously, that's huge, and 5 more TDs. But he has 47 less catches and 500 less receiving yards and 3 less receiving TDs. So no matter what, Alvin Kamara is getting the ball a crap ton every game. Dalvin's just not going to be there for receiving purposes all the time.
Yeah, especially in PPR formats.
Yeah.
If Alvin Kamara
definitely still taking Dalvin.
As a wide receiver, Alvin Kamara is a wide receiver 15, and he's a running back. So if in PPR formats, as my my running back 1, because it is points per reception, I'm taking Alvin Kamara as my running back 1.
I agree.
Okay, but this is literally, if he didn't miss a game and a half, he'd have more points than him. So he would be clear cut number 1, right?
But we're saying based off what we know through the first 10 weeks, we know.
Yeah, based off what we know, Dalvin Cook is the better player and the better fantasy option. That's not even opinionated. That's a fact.
If Dalvin Cook was going to miss a game and a half, you're still taking him over Alvin Kamara, who doesn't miss a game.
I'm still taking him over Alvin Kamara because when Alvin Kamara missed games last season, Latavius Murray was the number 1 running back in fantasy. That's not even to do anything about him as a person. That's the offensive line. As the offensive line himself, they are going to portray anyone who is behind there. You could put any running back behind that offensive line, they will be a top 15 running back, and that's just a fact. Because Latavius Murray is able to do it. We've seen it. We missed one game without Dalvin Cook. Atlanta Falcons. Alexander Madison did nothing. So that is how valuable Dalvin Cook is compared to Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara can miss a few games, and it won't even matter because at the end of the day, their offensive line is just that good.
Okay, well, yes, obviously he's in a better situation, but he's still producing more points. Anyways, let's look at the schedule, right? So the Vikings play the Cowboys, Panthers, the Jags, Bucks, Bears, and Saints. So easy for the first few games, but then you got to play the Bears and Saints again. The Saints, on the other hand, play the Falcons twice. They play the Eagles, the Broncos, the Vikings, and the Chiefs. So I would even take Alvin for the rest of the season. I think this schedule is much easier.
This might have
disagree.
that we put on a
okay. Either way, they're both the top 2 options, and outside of that, the next drop off is James Robinson by 50 points. So yeah.
But I mean, it's just we're doing based off what we know through the first 10 weeks. It's not
based off what we know. There's a clear cut person who is the number 1 running back in the NFL. Like it's literally not close at all. Okay, what kind of running back doesn't get rushing yards though?
That's different than. We're talking about fantasy football. We're not talking about real life football. We're talking about fantasy football purposes only.
Exactly. He missed a game and a half, and he's second in the league.
Okay, that's exactly the point. He missed a game and a half. Obviously, if he didn't miss a game and a half, we'd be saying Dalvin right now, but we're not.
He has more potential. He has more potential. He gets all the carries. He is better in the passing game.
Okay,
Alvin Kamara is better in the passing game. That's it. But as a running back, that's not important, especially
Okay, all right, say they're in a race right now. Alvin's already ahead, and they're running the same race at the same speed, just about. So it's like, okay, Alvin averages more points.
If you put Alvin Kamara on the Vikings offensive line, he literally would not be a top 20 back.
Okay, I guarantee you that. That's not the point, though. We're just talking about fantasy.
That is the point. In fantasy,
yes,
Dalvin he's only there because of his opportunity.
Dalvin is the better running back by a mile. In terms of
we already
fantasy.
know that. Yeah, in terms of fantasy, I'm taking Dalvin long term. The Dallas Cowboys, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Carolina Panthers. Those 3 games alone can literally set him apart way across. Because at the end of the day,
he plays the Falcons twice and the Broncos. Like he's putting up 30 on all 3 of them.
I don't think he will. I don't think he'll put up 30 on any of them because the Broncos are that bad that their offense is not going to put up any points. So at the end of the day, Alvin Kamara doesn't get more. Like Latavius Murray gets more carries than Alvin Kamara. So if that is the case, Alvin Kamara is out of the game.
The thing is, Jameis Winston might hurt his potential, but I don't think it's going to be that big. Just because he's going to get the ball every play.
I don't think it'll even hurt his potential because Alvin Kamara's a dump off. I mean,
exactly.
If anything, he's going to get more receptions than he did with Drew Brees because it's a backup quarterback. There's a lot less trust there, so of course he's going to dump it off more. I'm taking Alvin Kamara in PPR formats over Dalvin Cook based on the first 10 weeks. So,
all right, so that's 1 and 2, and then are we moving on to wide receiver now?
Yeah, so of course Dalvin Cook's going to be RB2. All right, so wide receiver 1 and 2, I think those are almost pretty obvious. It's Devontae Adams and DeAndre Hopkins.
Sleep on Diggs.
Stephon Diggs is ranked number 1 right now.
Sleep.
Stephon Diggs. So you guys. So wide receiver 1, who are you taking?
I'm taking DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would also take DeAndre Hopkins.
he's greasy.
That's pretty unanimous. And then wide receiver 2.
Probably got to go Devontae. He's been.
Yeah.
It is
my
hard.
gosh.
It's hard. I mean, I'd probably choose Devontae Adams too, but it's hard because we do know that he missed 3 games. How many? 2 or 3 games. So you have
I
to.
think he had 2. He missed 2 games and they had their bye week already.
Yeah. So if you're drafting and you know that he's going to miss 2 games, are you still going to draft him over Stephon Diggs or someone else? I say yeah, because it is early in the season that he misses 2 games. I'd be willing to risk maybe losing 2 games for the total upside for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's also the only receiver averaging more than 20 points. He's the only receiver averaging more than 20 points. He's averaging 26.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think I would take Stephon Diggs, to be honest. Because they have no running game. You know what I'm saying? So they're always throwing the ball. He's number 1 right now in fantasy and that in PPR formats, and he only has 3 touchdowns. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And because their defense normally was supposed to be pretty good, but they've been getting gashed a lot recently.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been in a lot of shootouts. So Josh Allen and Diggs, their chemistry is a lot better than was anticipated at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a tough one. So it's a toss-up.
I'm still taking Devontae. Like, he's down from Stephon Diggs, but from 0.5 points, he's also missed 2 games. And he's going to average 26 at least, or that's what it says for now. So I'd take Devontae.
True. Plus, also, Stephon Diggs is on his bye week this week, so Devontae is going to surpass him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll put Devontae Adams as a wide receiver 2. All right, next we have our tight end. And I think that one's pretty unanimous.
Yeah. Kelsey.
That was Kelsey.
He's the only option here.
Yeah. And then
the drop off is crazy.
Yeah, Darren Waller's second, 57 points behind. Like,
yeah. So our flex here, this is obviously we could put Stephon Diggs here in our flex, unless you guys see a better option.
I mean, Tyreek Hill's up there, but I'd still go with Stephon Diggs. I'd say he's a much more consistent receiver, more reliable. Tyreek's basically like deep ball, not hearing it. 44 catches.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara has more catches. We'll say that.
I don't know. It's hard because I mean, it's flex, right? We could add any running backs in there as well.
Yeah, we could add anybody.
Yeah. Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have to talk about Derrick Henry.
He doesn't catch the ball enough.
Yeah, he does get a lot of yards, so.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Tyreek or Stephon, and DK's close, but not really.
Yeah, probably just gonna have to be Stephon, to be honest.
Yeah, I put Stephon Diggs there, and it'd be either Stephon Diggs or Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
But based off what we know through the first 10 weeks, we know Stephon Diggs is the number 1 wide receiver on the year so far. So, it makes sense to put him in that flex spot.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind of crazy to not have him there.
All right, now we have our the most important one, our defense, which that one's pretty unanimous.
Yeah, the Chargers. I mean, the Colts.
Really
They've scored 5 defensive touchdowns. That's crazy.
That's crazy. I'm either taking them or the Ravens.
Yeah. I
sleep on the Steelers.
Here.
Yeah, it's just because they're in a tough division. So their division, like, you know, there's a
yeah.
They have a lot of scoring there.
Okay, then last we have our kicker. I would argue Blankenship Rodrigo.
Just a young goat.
He's an automatic bucket.
Really is.
Who's the number? Do you know who the number 1 ranked kicker is?
Yeah, Jason Sanders with 99 points. He's missed 1 kick all year. That was last game.
Wow.
Literally. My fantasy kicker, huh, man, huh?
Can you read his stat line, like game by game?
Per
Yeah.
game. Sec.
Jason Sanders, he has 4 points, 11 points, 7 points, 18, 22, 6. And then he had his bye week, week 7. And then against the Rams, he had 4. And then the last 2 weeks against the Chargers and the Cardinals were 14 and 13.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he's 5 for 5 from downtown, 7 for 8 from 49 or 40 to 49, and 8 for 8 from 30 to 39.
That's like wide receiver numbers, honestly.
Literally, that's crazy.
Like,
All
yeah,
right.
but
solid
Suckup
pickup.
is 96, Carlson has 95, Tyler Bass is 94, Young Hoku 93, Charger great. So,
Yeah.
yeah, either way.
What is Rodrigo 3?
He's like 10, bro.
Really? Did he drop off?
He's 11th.
There's a reason why I dropped him.
I mean, he's only 14 points out from the top, but he missed a couple kicks. That's why.
Yeah. All right. So here's our perfect fantasy team. So at quarterback we have Kyler Murray, running back 1 Alvin Kamara, running back 2 Dalvin Cook, wide receiver 1 DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver 2 Devontae Adams, tight end Travis Kelce. Our flex is Stephon Diggs, Colts defense, and kicker Jason Sanders.
Ooh. Bro, if we had that team, oh my gosh.
That team's literally going on
know.
every single week for like 10 years straight.
Yeah, that team is dangerous.
Yeah. So that's our perfect fantasy team, which is pretty great. So now between the three of us, we are going to do a fantasy football redraft based off, again, what we know through the first 10 weeks. So you're probably not going to draft Christian McCaffrey number 1 overall because you know he's going to miss quite a few games, right? So let's figure out who's going to go first here. We should have done a randomizer here.
Yeah, we should have.
Here, let me pull up a randomizer here. Okay. Josh. Randomize. All right, John has the number 1 overall pick.
Wow.
Pick, and Josh has the 3rd pick.
Wow.
Okay, so do you want to go down the order like by QBs, or do you want to go just by anybody? Like
just
go whatever. Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, number 1, baby.
Of course. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna take. So you got Dalvin Cook. I'm gonna take obviously Alvin Kamara here.
Wow. Of course, the 2 biggest rats. I'm probably just gonna go with Devontae Adams.
Okay. Nice. All right, now it's
back to me.
No, it's back to Josh. Are we doing Snake?
Oh yeah, Snake. Yeah, let's do Snake.
Oh, then I'm gonna get DeAndre Hopkins. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Sheesh. Here, I'm going to take. Gosh. I'll take Stephon Diggs here.
Okay. I will take Derrick Henry here.
Yeah, I was gonna take Derrick Henry, but I was like, oh, I like Diggs here better.
I gotta get my running backs
Yeah.
figured out.
So right, back to you.
I'll go with Kyler Murray.
You little rat.
Ooh.
It's fine.
Okay. Sheesh. Who should I take here? I'm gonna take DK Metcalf.
Of course.
And I'm not
anyone say Josh Jacobs?
No.
No one said him.
Easy.
You're taking Josh Jacobs? Okay.
He's ranked number 5, brother. And then low key, Actually, yeah, why not? I'm gonna go with James Robinson. Why not? Absolute bucket.
Dang it. That's a good one.
Okay.
Sure. All right, let's see here. I'm going to take Pat Mahomes.
Could have him.
Okay. My turn?
Yeah.
I'm going to take Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Travis Kelce, and then I get one more pick.
Yep.
Ooh. Dang, this is going to be tough, but I'm going to go with Julio Jones.
Ooh, Julio. Okay. Let's see here. Geez, this one's hard.
It's getting tougher.
It is. I'm gonna take Tyreek Hill.
Solid pick.
Yep. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my son, Keenan Allen.
I was gonna pick him, but I was like, nah.
I know. I was like, it's either him or Tyreek Hill for me.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go with Darren Waller.
Oh, you little rat.
Love you, bro.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. I need to pick up a.
We're on flex now, right?
I mean, we're just picking whatever. I mean,
I already grabbed my flex.
I need a running back, so I'm gonna take Aaron Jones here as my running back. My other running back.
Not too shabby.
Okay.
Ooh. I know. I probably shouldn't do this because they're on the same team, but I'm gonna take Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, I thought about taking him too.
He was popping off, so it's like it's kind of hard to.
He was number one for like the first 7 weeks or something.
Exactly. So I'll take the Falcons duo there, and then I'll take Jason Sanders as my kicker.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, I need a tight end here. My tight end is gonna be the same one who I have now, T.J. Hawkinson. Early, he wasn't that great, but he's been pretty reliable as of lately. So,
how much points did he have last week?
He had 3.3 week points last week.
Oh, okay.
But listen to his stat line, all right? 16, 10, 9, 10, 9, 16, 13, 14, 3. So,
not too shabby.
All right, Joshua.
I am going to go with the Colts defense.
Okay.
And kicker. I mean, there's a handful of guys here, honestly, but I think I'm going to go with Younghoe Koo.
Really?
Absolute bucket. Former Charger great, if I do say so myself.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm going to have to go with Ravens D. All right. And then you just need a defense, I think, Josh.
I'll take the Steelers defense.
Solid pick.
All right.
Then
whose turn is it?
I think that's it. That's for the starting lineup at least.
QB.
Yeah, you need a QB, Josh.
Is it my turn or are you good?
Well, it would go back to 1, 2.
I don't think he went twice. I think he like only went one
You don't
time.
have a flex.
Who, me?
No, Jonathan doesn't have a flex, so it'd go
Yeah,
back.
yeah. It's you again, Isaiah, then me, and I think it's done.
Yeah. So you have one more pick.
Dang, I need a flex.
Dang, you done goofed.
Mm.
And you guys got your QBs early, so I'm just gonna wait on that.
I need a flex. Okay. I could do that. That ain't nothing. Flex. Dang, bro. I really thought that was it. Crap. My flex, I will go with. I mean, I know he missed games, but whatever. I'm gonna go with Nick Chubb.
Really?
Wow.
I think he's still gonna finish top 10 because he's
We'll see.
36 right now, and his matchups for his the rest of the season is pretty favorable.
You heard it here first. Nick Chubb, top 10.
Yeah.
He's gonna finish top 10. Watch.
All right. I just need I need a kicker, and my kicker is gonna be the main man, Will Nuts. Bro, you know he only spells his name with one L.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird. Oh my gosh.
I know. All right, I'm gonna go with Josh Allen, absolute bucket.
Okay.
I got two players same name as me, so obviously I won.
False. All right, so let's do a little review. So John's team, he has Kyler Murray, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Julio, Calvin Ridley, Travis Kelce, Nick Chubb, Jason Sanders, and Steelers defense. My team, I have Patrick Mahomes, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, TJ Hawkinson, Ravens D, TJ Hawkinson, and Will Lutz. And then Josh has Josh Allen, Josh Jacobs, James Robinson, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Darren Waller, Colts defense, and Younghoe Koo. So what we're going to do, we're going to post our teams on our Instagram story, and we're going to have people vote on who they think has the best team. And we had a little controversy earlier talking about who should be wide or running back one, Alvin Kamara or Dalvin Cook. So we'll also put that on Instagram, see what people vote on. So that's it for this podcast. Tomorrow we're going to do our regular scheduled podcast. But today we decided we'd do something a little fun. So that's it for today's podcast. We appreciate you guys listening. If you're listening on YouTube, we'd love if you guys subscribe to our channel and click the little bell notification. That way you guys are notified every time we upload. We are also on Spotify, and we're supposed to be on Apple Podcast, but there's some complications going on with that, so we're gonna have to figure that out later. So, but if you are listening on Spotify, we'd love if you guys followed our podcast. But other than that, I think that's it. So, thanks you guys for listening, and go Hawks.
The Chargers.
Go Vikes.